Hello, McVeigh Dragons, and welcome to Music Class with Mr. Thornley, volume number 7. And hopefully this is for 5th grade. Hopefully you've all been checking out the other videos and hopefully do them in order because they're progressive. And if you haven't, check them out and keep up with the lessons. Today, last week we finished off the volume 6 with switching our attention to harmony. We have our 3 main parts of a song. You have a beat, steady beat, and meter. We talked about that. Melody, we worked on melody for a long time. Notes to move by step, leap, repeat. Then you create phrases. Then you create sections, and you have to form your song. And last week we started working on harmony, and I talked about the difference between having harmony and not having harmony. If you have just a melody by itself, that's monophonic texture. And if you add chords and or an ostinato pattern to your melody, then you have homophonic texture. So that's where we're at. And we also, I showed you the difference between chords and ostinato patterns. I discussed that and played a little bit. I'm going to do some examples of chords and ostinato patterns to see if you can identify one from the other as forms of harmony to go with the melody. Before I do that, though, I want to talk about how chords are built. We did a little bit of this earlier, a little before we went on. We had the break because of the virus. Chords are built, say, if it's a C chord, okay? So I'm using my hand as a guide. We have, remember we talked about the octave, and if we're in the key of C, the notes would be, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then C. So it's like C, hold on a minute. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Okay, so that was from C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And that's would be stepping up just now. So it's a scale, and the chords are built from the scale. So if I have a C, if I'm in the key of C, and I want a C chord, C is going to be the first note of the chord. We talked about skipping the next letter, which would be D, and going to E. And then we skip F and go to G. So a C chord's got C, E, and G. C, skip D, go to E, skip F, go to G. So a C chord, when I'm playing a C chord, it's all C's, E's, and G's. Okay, a first, a third, and a fifth. 1, skip 2, go to 3, skip 4, go to 5. 1, 3, 5. Okay? If I have a G chord, okay, G is now the root, the first note of the chord. Okay, we know the musical alphabet. We talked about it. It goes A through G and starts over again. So if I have a G, the next letter after that's going to be A, which I'll skip, go to B, skip C, go to D. So a G chord is G, B, and D. All right, so if I'm strumming, say it's a G chord, that's all G's, B's, and D's. So if you hear me playing chords, when I'm strumming like that, you're thinking chords there, okay? So an ostinato, we know, is a repeated pattern made out of a couple notes. I mean, it could be something simple like this. Or like bum, 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 bum. All right, something simple like that. So, or it could be something a little more complex. So I'm going to play either chords or ostinato patterns for harmony. These would be harmony if I sang a melody and I had the melody over top of the chords or ostinato part. All right, so is this chords or is it ostinato? So if I went, okay, chords or ostinato. All right, hopefully you said chords, okay? When I'm strumming, that's a sign of I'm playing chords, okay? I think I started with a C chord, went to what's called a D7th chord, Went to a G chord. Okay, is this chords or ostinato? Okay. Okay. If you said ostinato, you'd be right. It was a pattern made up of a couple notes that repeated. Okay. How about this? I might try to fool you on this, so be very paying attention. Okay. Let's go. Was that chords or ostinato pattern? Okay. It was chords. Now I played what's called a pizzicato technique. And I played the notes of the chord. I didn't just strum. I did like, I kind of fingered the chords, but I'm kind of muting them a little bit and letting some notes sound and some notes not. Like, okay, so that's called, there was still chords. And I kind of did a repeated pattern with the chords. So if you kind of said, but really it's chords, but if you said ostinato, you know. I did a very similar picking technique the whole way through. But it was based off the chords. Now, how about this one? Is this chords or ostinato? Let's see. Okay. That was an ostinato pattern. Okay. Pattern made up of a couple notes that repeats. Now, I did change the ostinato pattern with the chords. So if I started in with an A chord, and then I went to D, back to A, to E, to A. It followed the chords, but it was an ostinato pattern. Okay, so hopefully you can tell that. But that's all. They're all harmony parts. So if I sang a melody over top of that, okay, that would be homophonic texture. All right, the last time we had class, we worked on a song called John B. Sales, and I said that if we met as a class, we're going to do, have a band with xylophones playing maybe some chords and maybe some ostinato patterns, maybe a tremolo, which is like a rapid playing on a note there, or a couple of notes, which would sound very Caribbean on this song if I use the wood marimba or xylophone. If we use that, I'm going to go ahead and sing the song, play it. And what I want you to be able to do when I do this is to make up your own ostinato. See if you can make a pattern up. It could be something like, you know, I'm in G. It could be like, boom, 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 boom. Or, you know, just try to come up with one. You can sing it. If you have a electronic keyboard or piano, maybe you can try to play something. I'm in the key of G, so notes of the chord, you can use notes of the chord to make your ostinato pattern with, or you could use the scale that we talked about. You know, we talked about do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, G, A, B, C, D, E, in this case, F sharp, and then G, which would be a G scale. But you could just use the three notes that are in the chord. G, we said G, B, and D. Okay? And try to make a pattern up with those notes. Okay? It should work even if I change chords. Okay? If you want, you could change your ostinato with the chords. But just try to, if you have a keyboard, if you know the notes on the keyboard, then you can go ahead and do that. If not, just try to hum along, you know, try to make a pattern up. That's an ostinato, repeated pattern, as I sing through this. Okay? So here's the song. It goes 1, 2, 3. Oh, we come on the sloop John B. My grandfather and me. Round Nassau town we did roam. Walking all night. Just seeing the sights. Well, I feel so very good, I wanna go home. So hoist up the John B. sails, see how the mainsail set. Send for the captain ashore, let me go home. Please let me go home. I wanna go home. Well, I feel so breaker, I wanna go home. The first mate, he got sad, feeling awfully bad. Captain come aboard, took him away. Please let me alone and let me go home. Well, I feel so breaker, I wanna go home. So hoist up the John B. sails, see how the mainsail set. Send for the captain ashore, let me go home. Please let me go home. I wanna go home. Well, I feel so breaker, I wanna go home. Okay, I only did 2 verses of the song in the chorus part. Anyway, try to make up, if you didn't do it already, just rewind this, or not rewind it, just go back to it a little bit later and try to create your own ostinato pattern over top of the chords that I played and with the melody that I sang. Like I said, it could be a simple pattern. Just you know, try to hear the music and try to make something up. Okay, if you have a keyboard, you know the notes on the keyboard. You might want to use G's, B's, and D's because they're all in the G chord. Okay, to make your pattern up. Anyway, just see what you can do with that. Because our main focus is harmony now. And the 2 types of harmony we're talking about are chords and ostinato patterns as we play or sing a melody. So if we do that, it's homophonic texture. And if we just have a melody by itself, so if I went like this, oh, we come on the sloop John B., my grandfather and me, that would be just monophonic texture. It's a melody by itself. And it doesn't matter how many people sing that with me. If we sing the same part, it's still monophonic texture without any kind of harmony, which would be like, in our case right now, chords and ostinato patterns. Now, and right before I close here, I want to mention that I put on me playing the piano on my Yamaha digital piano. I played and sang You've Got a Friend in Me. And I know it's popular right now, the Disney sing-alongs I've been seeing on TV. So here's my Disney sing-along song, and You've Got a Friend in Me. My chorus people know that we were supposed to do that song for our spring concert. But anyway, I just did a little version of me playing piano and singing along. I want you to be able to determine what kind of harmony you might hear in there. There's definitely harmony on piano being played as I sing the melody. Am I playing chords? Am I playing an ostinato pattern at all? Am I playing something else that you might hear in there? Anyway, see what you can figure out. See if you can figure out what I'm playing in there. And also, let me know the form of this You've Got a Friend in Me. See if you can figure the form out too. Okay, with that being said, stay safe, keep practicing social distancing, be kind to your parents, help around the house, and, you know, just be your McVeigh best. Your McVeigh best. On that note, see you later.